Hi, my name's Cheese, and welcome to another Fossil Sweeper Progress Update video. If you haven't heard of the project before, you can find an overview here. But the TLDR is, it's like Minesweeper, but you're digging up fossils, and you need to build skeletons out of the stuff that you find. Over the past month or so, I've wrapped up migrating dig save data to the new format discussed in the last video, and I've continued ongoing work on updating the globe in the map phase. As a debug tool to use while working on dig save data updates, I added some visualization to show the location of fossils before they're excavated. I added a little animation to the depth of field blurring when leaving the map phase to visit the research, assembly, or museum phases. The door is out of focus to keep the globe prominent, and transitioning that to the door before the camera starts moving helps give a clearer sense of purpose and anticipation. It's a small thing, but I'm happy to have it in. I haven't mentioned it in an update video since September last year, but after losing some concept work to explore the level of fidelity I want the map phase's globe to have, I've since redone that work and continued to research and refine my intentions alongside other development efforts in the meantime. At the time of recording, I've just put an updated modern day map into the game that I think reflects the final level of detail I'll be aiming for. The work in progress shown here will be refined further, but I think it manages to retain the broad visual identity of each region. My process for that refinement will be to add the animations of landmass deformation over the past 260 million years, do some benchmarking to make sure I haven't overlooked any performance concerns, and then iteratively tweak geometry to smooth sharp corners while still keeping those broad shapes identifiable. My goal with all of this, and with the game in general, is to give key signifiers that the game should be read as an idealized and stylized depiction of paleontology, rather than being focused on realism. I'm eager to avoid explicitly presenting inaccuracies or misinformation, but at the same time I'm also keen to set expectations that I can meet with my limited resources. I back and forth a little on how small islands should be before they're left off the map. Living in Tasmania, an island frequently left off world maps, I recognise that seeing your home left off a map can feel very personal. But I'm also mindful that there are many islands small enough to imply a level of detail beyond what I'm aiming for, and there are also islands like those in the Hawaiian archipelago which just didn't exist during the Mesozoic era. For now, I'm intending to include anything around or larger than 400 square kilometers, though I'm considering giving some special consideration to Polynesian islands to help make the Pacific easier to parse visually. I had similar thoughts about geographical features that can visually affect the silhouette of a landmass, like rivers and fjords, but I think I can easily say things like no rivers and fjords are land for the purposes of the game, without that feeling like it carries the same weight as, say, depicting a world without Tonga. Most of my time over the past month or so has gone towards tidying up and testing dig save data changes mentioned in the previous update video. In general, that work went smoothly. I tripped myself up on unwinding order when loading and saving out 2D arrays, and I spent a bit of time trying to work out a nice way to maintain the dig site's ordered list of fossil chunks when a fossil is moved as part of the game's Safe First Dig guarantee, but I eventually realised that I don't need to update the list. I can just generate a new one whenever we're leaving the dig phase, and the correct data will always get saved out. With all of that sorted, I implemented support for loading in-progress dig sites from legacy saves, which ended up being pretty simple. I make new temporary bit masks and generate tile and chunk data in the new format, and then inject that into the save being loaded before everything gets passed to the normal load function. This doubles up a little bit, but it's fairly self-contained, and it makes sure that the legacy stuff still goes through the normal code paths, so there's less surface area for edge case import bugs to go undetected. A very big thank you to the supporters going by on screen at the moment. Their support has helped me eat while making this game, and I am so very appreciative. A huge thanks also to Screen Tasmania, who supported this project with a small grant. Anyway, that's about it for today. If you'd like to keep track of development or try the playable prototype, you can find some links in the description. And if you're super keen to check out what we talked about here today, I make early test builds available to my supporters on Patreon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye!